All right, Shalom, Shalom, Akim. Shabbat Shalom. All right, we're currently in the Shabbat right now. Getting ready to come into the new month Sabbath. So, just wanted to come out and do another lesson. You know what I'm saying? Uh, just pretty much hit the button and let the spirit roll. You know what I'm saying? So, again, Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, is laboring in the word, and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, is remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you, Wa Barakatham. And like I said, it's just going to be quick. Hit the button. I was watching this video. This video coming from TAJI, so Taji Reacts. Taji Reacts. That seems to be a new thing now. So everybody opens up a YouTube account and they just compile all these videos from social media and they just sit there and let you watch, and they get all these subscribers and these views and whatever. But I found it very interesting with this particular compilement of videos, which the video itself is 29 minutes long, almost 30 minutes. And we're not going to watch all of that. Probably about maybe 10 minutes. But, I thought I could, use this as an opportunity to go into some scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So the name of the video is Whites Calling for Black Help After Deadly Heat Wave Devastates Europe. Is this God's wrath on them? All right. And a lot of these videos, of course, are clickbait and whatever. All right. But the fact of the matter is that a very clear piece of evidence is being shown in real time. All right. A very clear piece of evidence is being shown in real time in regards to what these scriptures is talking about. Everything that's that revolves around the stories within the scripture, the history, the chronicles. All right. A lot of people say, well, it doesn't matter what skin color the Lord is. It doesn't matter. It does matter. And they know that it matters. They know very well that it matters. You know what I'm saying? They know that it matters who the Lord's people are. They know that it matters. You see what I'm saying? And the problem that they're having is that this lie that they've been fed all these years about the superiority of so-called white people, what they self-proclaimed themselves to be, in 1681. All right. They had this false idea, this false dichotomy that they are superior or the most superior race on the planet, going into Anglo-Saxons and whatnot, all right, and everything, which essentially hijacked the truth of the matter of what went down over in Europe, or what's called Europe, commonly known as Europe, but it's Eurasia, all right. And over in Germany, over in Portugal, over in Spain, over in in the UK, in Wales, all right, they don't want you to know, all right, who actually ruled throughout Eurasia. They don't want you to know that, all right? And the fact that, these people are incapable, these Edomites are incapable of lasting in the sun without, without these horrific, you know what I'm saying, mutations that happen to their skin, I just find it very comical. So with that said, let me get a scripture real quick. All right. And pretty much build from there. We'll just let the video play. But let's go to Genesis. All right. Let's go to Genesis, because in the very beginning, all right, everyone on the planet everyone on the planet had melanin in their skin. Everyone on the planet, all right, was dark skinned. You see what I'm saying? It was never a strange thing to see someone who was dark skinned. All right. It was the everyday thing. It was the norm everywhere. You see what I'm saying? All right. Because when you had Noah, he had Shem, Japheth, Ham, okay, the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You had, all the progenitors that came from them, all right? When you go down this line, you find Jacob and Esau, all right? These two prominent figures within the scriptures and within history, all right, and within prophecy. And the Bible goes on to describe one of these brothers, all right? And one of these brothers was very much distinct from his counterpart, all right? And so much so that his parents, all right, Isaac and Rebekah, had to name him, okay, in such a way that describes this phenomenon. Right? So let's go to Genesis chapter 25. All right, Genesis chapter 25 and verse 22. It reads, "And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord." All right? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people. So 2 entirely different characteristics of people, okay, are within your womb. 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right. This part of this message that the Lord gave Rebekah would shape the entire world. You see what I'm saying? Would shape the entire world just based off of these 2 manner of people that you see in the earth today. All right? And all these scoffers and all these so-called scholars and whatnot tried to say that Esau is done away with, that there are no Edomites in the world today. All right? But after the prophets have come on the scene and have brought forth the evidence and brought forth all the all the witness to the matter, now everyone has to admit, all right, that the Edomites are here, you know what I'm saying, but they can be saved. You know what I'm saying? This whole theme of trying to bring salvation, all right, to these Edomites. All right, but nevertheless, what's being spoken about here is 2 different manners of people, 2 nations being birthed within Rebekah's womb. And it says, and one people shall be stronger than the other people. All right, and you would see that playing out in the world. Okay, one people is stronger than the other people. Let me show you this depiction real quick. Bear with me. All right. So it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elders shall serve the younger. And when her days, verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And they called his name Esau. All right. So real quick. The word for Esau in the Hebrew is Ishar. All right, Ishar. Okay, Ishar. Now, Ishar goes into hairy. Okay, it says it says it says eldest son of Isaac and Rebekah, and a twin brother of the twin brother of Jacob, sold the birthright for food when he was hungry, and the divine blessing went to Jacob, progenitor of the no, not the progenitor of the Arab peoples. That's completely off. That is completely off. All right, that is completely off. I don't know what the hell they did with this one, but yeah, that was wrong, man. Okay, but Ishar or Ishashua means wasted away is he. Okay, wasted away. Okay, that's what that means. Wasted away. And what would he be wasted of? Okay. Why would they give him a name that describes him of being wasted away? Okay. Why would they have a name for him like that? Well, because he didn't have melanin. All right. He had a lack of melanin. He was a complete leper. Okay. So wasted away is he wasted of melanin, wasted of protection from the sun. You know what I'm saying? As I'm gonna get into this video, all right. But I just wanted to get that real quick definition of his name. I don't know what the hell they was doing with that. All right, let me see if I can get another description here. All right, bear with me. All right, I'm going to the Blue Letter Bible. All right. It's a lucky. My computer is moving pretty slow, so let's see. All right. Esau.
Strong's H 6215. Esav. Esav.
All right, so Ishar. Okay, Ishar. Let's see. Root word or etymology, apparently a form of the past part of Strong's H 6213 in the original sense of handling. Okay, rough. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, that's pretty much all they got. How much all they got here? So it says here, it says Jacinius Hebrew Chaldee Lexicon. All right, it says from hairy or rough, Esau, the son of Isaac, the twin brother of Jacob, called whatever, which is, however, more used with regard to his posterity than of the man himself. On the other hand, Deuteronomy 2, verse 4, Obadiah 18, and Jeremiah 49 and 8, all right, used of the Esauites, i.e. the Edomites, rather as a poetical expression, the mount of Esau, i.e. of the Edomites. Oh, but man, these jokers is going crazy to trying to keep. This is the thing, man. This is the thing. They cannot let this. They can't let this come out, man. All right. They can't allow people to really know who Esau is. All right. They can't let Esau be fully understood. You see what I'm saying? This is why you never hear about Esau in the churches or nothing like that until now. You see what I'm saying? The name of Esau was completely obscured throughout the years, throughout the centuries, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Salakia. Let's go to verse 24. It says, all right, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, or Yaquab. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, the fact of the matter is that Esau was an enigma. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely seen as an anomaly because there was no one who was of the lack of pigmentation. All right, at that time. Now, what we bring out through the spirit is that Esau was the reincarnation of Cain. Okay, and all the instances throughout history proves that this is indeed Cain coming back in reincarnation, and Jacob being Abel coming back in reincarnation. Jacob and Esau, Cain and Abel. All right. But something particular happened to Cain, all right, when he slew his brother. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. All right. So Genesis chapter 4. Let's go to verse 12. You know what? Let's go to verse 8. It says, and Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. All right, he murdered him. Verse 9. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth. This begins a curse that would be laid upon Cain. Okay? Now there's people out there who's saying that Cain actually survived the flood and he came back, and you see, no. You see what I'm saying? Cain did not survive the flood. Cain died. All right? Everyone died except 8 people, being Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their 3 wives. You see what I'm saying? 8 people, and that was it. You see what I'm saying? This is why we tell you, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down, we tell you to stay away from all these pseudo sources. All right, stay away from the book of Jasher, stay away from the book of Enoch, stay away from the book of Jubilees and all that stuff. All right, because it is not biblically sound. Okay, these are books that contradict the Bible. All right, talking about Esau killed Nimrod. That's retarded, man. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that there was a curse that was placed upon him. All right, a curse, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. All right, and we know what the law says. Go into Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. Okay, let me get that real quick. What happens when you spill blood upon the land? This is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. You see what I'm saying? So according to the law, all right, according to the law, Cain was supposed to have been slain. But he didn't receive that judgment, right? He didn't receive that judgment. But he did receive a curse. Okay? Verse 12, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. All right? So he caused this man Cain to be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. All right? Now, how would that be so if he looks like everybody, you know what I'm saying? All right, he's indistinguishable and everything like that. Okay? It says, verse 13, and Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. All right, so he put something on Cain to have him distinguished from the rest. Remember, everyone on the planet was melanated at that time. Everyone on the planet, you know what I'm saying, had a dark skin. That was nothing new. So what is this particular curse, or what is this particular mark that Cain was given along with this curse of being a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth? Okay? Now, how would that follow him? You see what I'm saying? How would that follow him? So let's go to the word for Mark. Okay, and the Lord put the mark upon Cain. Well, that word for mark is awath. Awath. which means a signal. Okay, a signal. It says as a flag or a beacon, a monument, an omen. All right, an omen, a progeny, or a prodigy, a prodigy, evidence. Okay, so there would be a particular form of evidence, okay, or a monument, something that is noticeable, or an omen, okay, a sign, a token. You see what I'm saying? Check this out. A distinguishing mark. A distinguishing mark. So in the time where everyone was melanated, someone who would have a lack of melanin would be what? Would be a distinguishing a person that's distinguishable from the rest of the people on the planet. Okay? And through his pseudoscience, he's gotten the world to believe that this particular mark that he owns, or that he not owns, but that he holds, is a standard of beauty. You know what I'm saying? That's how effective his witchcraft is. You see what I'm saying? Because Cain came back in the reincarnation as Esau. Okay? And Abel came back in the reincarnation as Jacob. So, likewise, the same enmity, or you know what I'm saying, the same vengeance, all right, would be upon this man towards his brother. Okay, so it's the same scenario. And Salakia, if I'm going on and on, but let me see. Let's just go to the video here. I've spoken enough. All right, bear with me.
Okay, it's not a secret that white people, we were not meant for the fun. We literally have no melanin in our skin, and melanin is what protects people from the sun.
Melanin is worth $511 a gram. That's 10 times more than gold. Look at this. The demand for melanin has increased dramatically since Young's report. The military and other corporate entities have big plans for melanin technologies, and melanated humans are the most potent source. Other reports show that melanated people are supposed to carry like $40 million worth of melanin in their body.
So go figure that shit. All right? Go figure that. You know what I'm saying? So while they're sitting here telling you that your skin is ugly, you know what I'm saying, because it's dark skin, all right, and no one is black, I want to let you know that no one is black, all right? You are different shades of brown, and there are different shades of red. You see what I'm saying? No one is black, and no one is white, all right? But while they're telling you that your dark skin is ugly and deplorable, all right, here it is. When it's time to go out and actually enjoy the sun and have fun and all that, they need sunscreen, like 1 million gallons of sunscreen on their skin, all right, or else you see what you just saw in that short clip. You know what I'm saying? But for a gram of melanin to cost $511, you know what I'm saying? That says a lot. All right, that says a lot. And that's just for a gram. It says the average melanated person walking around on the planet is worth, what do you say? I think like 400, what?
Melanated humans are the most potent source. Other reports show that melanated people are supposed to carry like $40 million worth.
$40 million worth of melanin within the skin. Okay? And melanin can't be reproduced in a lab. It has to be extracted from living tissue. This is why everybody keep seeing these people, all right, these Jakes, you know what I'm saying, coming up with their organs missing and all that type of stuff, man. All right. So let's get this in Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 2. It says, let's start at verse 1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. Okay? What is this talking about? It's talking about the precious sons of Zion, the Israelites. Okay? Comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? You know what I'm saying? And this is going into the importance of these lively stones, if you will, or the elect of the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? And by extension, Israel as a whole. Okay, it's not specifically talking about melanin per se. It's not specifically talking about melanin. It's talking about the children of Israel. Okay, but it sets a frame of mind. Okay, as to how important, you know what I'm saying, this gift that we were given from the Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying, truly is, man. Okay? And how detrimental this curse that was given to Cain, all right, and continued through Esau in the reincarnation happens to be, all right? It's a very detrimental curse. Okay, as we'll see here.
A melanin in their body.
Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel. I hope wherever you're watching, you're having a great time. Now for once, white people are accepting that blacks are superior than them. Many times they have been sold the lies that white people are genetically superior or even mentally and academically superior in terms of their IQ. But right now, a natural calamity in Europe has proved them wrong, and many of them are starting to say that they wish they were blacks. The heat wave that swept across Europe has become a challenge that has affected many people. We are seeing that close to 20,000 deaths have been reported for heat-related conditions that come from the surge in temperatures that was very much unbearable for many Europeans. And therefore, you find that among those who died in this list, majority of them are white people. Of course, there are some black people who were also subjected to those kind of challenges, but majority of those who have succumbed to heat-related conditions are whites. And this reveals one thing. The melanin that black people have is a gem that nobody can ever get easily. And we are realizing that even right now, we have many white people buying melanin-related medicines so that they can darken their skins to prevent them from getting certain diseases that are related to direct sun rays. And it is becoming so difficult for them to survive. And this kind of heat wave has revealed a lot of things that white people have always not spoken about quite publicly. They've been told that if you cannot withstand these temperatures, then you have nothing to tell black people. Because blacks, you have always taken advantage of them. You've always joked about how they look like, but you didn't know that that skin color that they have was meant to protect them from conditions like the ones you are going through right now. So right now, there is a lot of cry within Europe and even in America about the high temperatures that they're experiencing. And some of them are afraid that they might not even be able to overcome these issues. I've compiled a series of clips where white Americans and even Europeans are talking about this issue. Some of them are crying literally, begging for help and wishing God could make them black again. So watch this. I shall come back in the end with my commentaries. But before we dive in, if you're coming across this channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, like the video, and you can also share through your community. Let's watch.
Bro, white people are so cooked right now, and I mean this literally. This is what's happening over in Europe right now. Extreme heat wave that has taken thousands of people's lives, and they literally have no idea how to deal. Look, bananas are literally falling off of the peels. It's so hot. Tires are melting, cars are melting. You can fry eggs from the sun over there, and thousands of people are now dead. The air conditioning isn't working. Their systems are antiquated. Look at this. That's crazy. Meanwhile, over in China, they're playing the classic game of slip and slide, only they're doing it over buildings and streets and highways. I mean, they literally have a truck to cool down cars as they're driving. They even have street poles going across, cooling down the cars as they're driving. Why can't white people think of stuff like this? Only Asians.
I'll tell you why. It's because your IQ is so high. It's so high, all right? It's too high for your own good, I'll tell you that. Your IQ is just too high for your own good, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so up there in the clouds that you can't even think of something this simple. You know what I'm saying? You can't even think of something this simple. All right, but you're clever enough to create a patent office so you can take ideas and inventions like this and claim that you made it. But I digress.
Would come up with such a simple solution to prevent cars from literally melting. White people, we are so doomed. It's crazy. I mean, I was literally scrolling through Kua.com. You know that place, the #1 place for you to get all of your world news at your fingertips and have an AI butler read it to you? Yeah. 2,000 people, 1,000 people in France, 1,000 people in Spain, dead on arrival because of this heat wave, because literally Europe has no idea how to deal with the sun. Maybe that's why everybody's white over there. My name is Mike Dean. You're watching the Daily Rumble. Follow along for more and go to Kua.com to get all of your news at your fingertips.
In the garden yesterday. Couldn't find my own glasses, so I thought I'd wear either.
Damn. Damn.
So I'm out sunbathing in the garden yesterday, and I forgot to take my face mask off. I'm really not happy, guys.
Side note, white people, why is it every time you guys go out into the sun for over 3 hours, you get burnt crispy? I'm talking about fried like the potato, but I can go out and pass out in the sun. Do you think that maybe somebody did something back in the day in your lineage they weren't supposed to, and y'all got cursed? Never mind, that's too deep of a conversation.
Yeah, that is too deep of a conversation, but I just brought that out. You know what I'm saying? They are cursed. All right? They are cursed. And it goes back to the spirit of Cain. Okay, that Cain had been cursed. All right. And was given a mark that would distinguish him from the rest of the world. Okay? And what distinguishes him from the rest of the world is this lack of pigmentation. All right? And he's right. Your ancestors, all right, your ancestor, in the spirit at least, being Cain, he did something very, very naughty. Very naughty. All right? And there's a reason why the Lord said, all right, that anyone who harms you, all right, anyone who takes vengeance upon you will be given vengeance sevenfold. Why is that? Okay, the reason for that is because the Lord is allowing you, all right, to live out this Salakia. Anyway, the Lord is allowing you Edomites, okay, who's coming in the spirit of Cain, to live out this time that you have, to do all the wickedness that you're doing, all the murders, all the robbings, all the rapings, all the everything that you've done. All right, everything that you brought all throughout the earth. You know what I'm saying? Beginning with Alexander the Great, the Lord is allowing it all to continue and to to build up to this final place, this final piece of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? This final point in history. Okay? As it says, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see what I'm saying? So.
Face in the hat. I see. It's okay. Never mind.
I'm in the UK during a heat wave. It's about 10 billion degrees Celsius, as you can tell from my radiant glow. This is the climate control in my room. This fan. I felt a better breeze from a mouse fart. Yesterday, I posted a video about this, and a bunch of people from the UK were like, well, it only gets this way like a couple weeks out of the year. It's not even worth getting a ceiling fan. My friends, it snows maybe 2 or 3 times a year where I live. Sometimes it doesn't snow at all. You know what I have? I have a snow shovel, and I have road salt. I have insulated cover.
All right. So, you know, when you think about what the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? When you think about the depiction that they have of this character being pale-fleshed, all right, blonde hair, blue eyes, okay, red ass, out there, you know what I'm saying, holding a lamb, you know what I'm saying? You know, that doesn't make any sense now, does it? Because for the very power, the Heavenly Father who created the sun, who created the moon and the stars, the very thing that is baking your flesh right now, you know what I'm saying? If he created that, why wouldn't he have his son, okay, be in a position where he himself is naturally in the element of being protected by the sun, all right, within melanin? How is that so far-fetched? You see what I'm saying? How is it so strange to think that the son of the Most High could actually be a dark-skinned man? You know what I'm saying? Having lived in Egypt for a certain amount of time, all right, lived in Nazareth or born in Nazareth. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? None of this adds up. And a lot of people are figuring this thing out. They're like, it can't be. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Here it is. We can't even survive in this type of heat. All right. And here it is. All right. So-called Jesus Christ is supposed to be thriving over there in the land of the heat. You know? Also in Africa when he was in Egypt. Anyway, let's keep rolling.
Overalls, I have sleds, because without those things, it's not fun to be alive during those times of the year. And so I bought those things because
don't nobody care, man. Let's listen to this lady here.
You'd be unstoppable.
Nobody hates white skin quite as much as white people. As you can probably see, I am not a very melanated person. My melanin comes in the form of freckles. All my life, especially when I was younger, when my skin was fresh and new and not so sun damaged, I was ripped for the colour of my skin, for my complexion. Only ever by other white people. I have been told, get some fake tan on there, girl. Get to the sunbeds. Take some melanin injections to help you tan better. And when a little bit of sunshine comes to the UK, what do we see immediately? Men have their top off, no SPF, drenching themselves in tanning oil. The stench of stale biscuits fills the air because the girlies are layering on their St. Moriz fake tan. And the sunbed shops are fully booked with people frying their skin just in an attempt to be a bit darker. The funniest part is I live in the UK, the same UK that complains about the rise of multiculturalism, the same UK where people talk about protecting British values. Mate, you can't even protect your own skin. Why are you caring about someone else's?
Yeah, sweetheart, she got a point there, man. This is Lamentation chapter 4 and verse 8. All right, it reads, their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones, it is withered, it has become like a stick. All right. So, it's not a flex. It's not a flex to be having a lack of melanin. It is definitely not a flex. You know what I'm saying? You saw that one lady, all right, she was peeling her whole skin off her stomach. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look, man. All right. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4. Let's start at verse 4. All right, Exodus chapter 4, verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth thine hand and take it by the tail. All right, meaning the serpent. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord Yahweh power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. And the Lord Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. All right, his hand was leprous as snow. So his hand changed color, which means what? It means he had pigmentation. He had melanin. All right, he was a very dark-skinned man. Verse 7, and he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. All right. You have never seen this being depicted in any Moses movie, any Exodus movie. All right. You've never seen it. You see what I'm saying? Because if they was to actually do this thing properly and depict it in a movie, all right, people would lose their minds. Let's go here. Let's go to Numbers chapter 12. All right. And this was when Miriam and Aaron was talking shit about Moses because he had married the Ethiopian woman, all right, Zipporah. And what happened? The Lord cursed Miriam. So this is Numbers chapter 12 and verse as a matter of fact, let's go up a little bit further. Let's just start at verse 1. All right. Numbers chapter 12 and 1, it says, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. It's not because she was dark-skinned. It's because she is an Ethiopian woman whose customs are of a different fashion. You see what I'm saying? That's what this was about. It wasn't about her pigmentation. You see what I'm saying? She was just as dark as they were. All right. Verse 2. And they said, hath the Lord Yahweh indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were on the face of the earth, upon the face of the earth. And the Lord Yahweh spake suddenly unto Moses, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they came out. They three came out. And the Lord Yahweh came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, Salakia, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Right? And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is going into, man. All right? Miriam was cursed with pale flesh. It's crazy work, man. All right? Crazy work. Let's go look up the word for leprous. All right? All right, leprous in the Hebrew is tazarai. Tazarai. Okay? It says to be stricken with leprosy, a leper, leprous, to be diseased of skin, to be leprous. Okay? So this is not some glow up. You know what I'm saying? This is not some blessed thing that you have a lack of melanin. You see what I'm saying? All right. And that same word is used when Moses had plucked his hand into his bosom and it came out white as snow. It's the same word, tazarai. Okay? So let's go to Leviticus. All right. Leviticus chapter 13 and verse 30. It reads, Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scall, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. So this was not something that was clean, something that was pure. Having leprous skin and having blonde hair, okay, that was a curse. And here it is, you so-called black women, and even some of you niggas, man, you wear blonde. You love to dye your hair blonde. You love to wear blonde wigs and all this stuff, man. What does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? And in any case,
I don't spend a lot of time trying to understand racists, because I never will. I'm a good person, but I can only assume that a lot of it boils down to envy. The irony of white supremacists purposely trying to make their skin darker will never not be funny to me.
Can I just say, I am absolutely up to here with this heat in the UK. Like, genuinely. Before all of you say you're enjoying it, I'm not. I'm genuinely not. I won't moan about the rain again. I seriously won't. I can't cope. The house, we can't use the top floor at all. Like, it's genuinely like a sauna. And I don't mean warm, I mean like, honestly, I can't even. It's so hot. Then the second room, don't get me started. We went to go up to bed. The dog begins ultimately panting. Like, honestly, I've never seen him pant so fast. I was like, shit, no. So I have to bring the fucking mattress downstairs in the living room because it's the only place that's, better. I can't even say it's cool. It's not cool. We've got one fan in this house. One fan. I'm sick of it. I am actually sick of it. It can go. The UK is not built for this heat. That is just that. That is the truth. So yeah, I am being a Karen and complaining about the beautiful heat. It's not beautiful. It's torture. I've never experienced the house this hot. I've lived here for 3 years. I have never experienced it this hot ever, and there was a child living here. Never have I been concerned about heat in this house.
Okay. So that's pretty much all I will give from that. All right. But just wanted to bring that out, that there is a connection between Esau, all right, Esau and Cain. Okay, that same curse that was placed upon Cain, that same mark is found today in these Edomites. And don't get it twisted. All right, don't get it twisted, man. There are Israelites who will look just like this woman here. There are Israelites who will look just like so-called white people. You see what I'm saying? There are Israelites who have a lack of melanin in their skin. All right? Why? Because the Israelites have been scattered all these centuries. Okay? So when you scatter these people, and the sons have children, and the children have children, you see what I'm saying? If this man has a son, and his son has a son, and the son has a son, you know what I'm saying? The lineage continues. All right, the lineage continues, but the likelihood of him retaining his the ordinary look, or the original look of his forefathers, well, that will be gone. Typically, that will be gone. You see what I'm saying? But the lineage remains intact. You are what your father is. That doesn't stop. So, anyway, I'm going to cut that there, man. I didn't intend for this to go this long, but, I guess the spirit just did what it did, man. All right. So I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shabbat Shalom.